it's Nina.
And Ashley back with the bullshit.
And this is the Young and Getting It Podcast. Just so you know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of getting. Please subscribe, rate, and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/YAGI. Follow us on there and comment on there, and thanks for all the listens. You can also find us on YouTube. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast and you'll see us on there. We're on Spotify. We're on everything.
Back on Spotify because I figured it.
Yeah.
Not all of it yet, but most recent episodes are.
You guys can catch up.
Yeah. Look on there.
Every episode's good.
And you can also find us on Instagram at YAGI_podcast, or you can reach out to us and find all of our links on our website, which is www.weareyagip.com. And we also have our email, which is Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could text, call us, leave us a voicemail at 323-486-3811. Back to the bullshit.
Yeah. Okay, so I have a quick story because I avoid people who are annoying. I'm for lack of better words. Same. I don't know what the fuck else to say. And so it's there's certain people at my restaurant job that it's I'll say hi and bye and shit, but it's I'm not really talking to you just because I know you're so annoying. And I feel like I've told you about her too. The girl I told you about that talks too much. There's only one girl.
And then the girl was like, wait, are you saying I talk to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Her. Yeah. Yes. She talks too much. She just shut up. And so it's I'm in a good mood. I get to work 15 minutes early, which is the time you're supposed to, so you can study the menu and then check in at 4:30 and start working. And so I get there early, but it's Mother's Day, brunch is over, and I walk in, my purse is still on my shoulder, and then someone walks in, can you take table 31, 32, 33? I said, I haven't checked in yet, and I haven't clocked in yet. Things that need to be done prior. Sure. And they're she was okay, and then the girl who talks too much came. And she was, then she just told me Nina, take those 3 tables that are, I said, I have to check in. And mind you, I'm not just trying to say I have to check in. My manager got mad at me at one point because I didn't check in. And it was a couple of us that didn't. So he really badgered the fuck out of us. Don't do that. He really was don't ever do that again. I don't know, cool guy, but he really said it like that. Just never do it. Just never do it. And so, and I was I have to ask him first. And the girl who talks too much was kind of half talking under her breath, but she's you don't need it. No, actually, before she did that, she was no, you can just go take them. You don't need to ask anyone. And I'm my manager told me to ask her, and it's she's talking too much, which is why we're having this. And she was then said something under her breath, okay, I'll take it. And I'm okay, it's our job to if someone's busy, we can greet the table, get them started, and then be okay, here's your table. Yes. They're ready for you. That's what we do to make it smooth or whatever.
Yes. And not sit back there and fucking argue.
Yeah, bitch, go. I'll be on in a second. I'm
still gonna check in, so
I'm gonna be on, my nigga. I'm gonna save you in a moment.
Honestly, I feel people at work just love to be dramatic.
This girl especially.
Really feel that.
Yeah, one of my friends who doesn't work there anymore, he told me about her last year when I was new. He was that bitch is stupid. He really was just she is fucking dumb. Cause he was doing something, she was running her fucking mouth, and he kind of was just trying to get away from her, and I think she bumped into him and dropped his shit. And he said because he already was get away from me, that, and mind you, she's 40 years old, this short white, done plastic surgery all over her face. Her face looks,
oh god, it makes sense.
Plastic surgery
is a no-no.
Yeah, you guys with the injections. And,
I guess we're starting with stories.
Oh yeah, we're gonna just start with stories because I'm because it just from that point just got more heated.
Yeah.
So I go to manager. I said they're saying I don't need to check in, so I just want to make sure. He was yeah, go ahead. It's busy. Cool. That's all I have to do. I cannot not ask him.
Yeah, because then if you just do it, he's gonna be
why you didn't even bother?
Just tell you
didn't even bother to see if you needed to check in? That's even worse than not checking in. And so he was okay, cool. I was okay, cool. And so I go to the girl and I'm because she greeted the tables, and I was okay, so what he told me, I'm checked in. What do I need to do? You don't need to do anything. Nothing. She said it like that. And I'm I just walked in this building 5 minutes ago. How is this happening? hadn't even clocked in yet by the time I was asking her, what do you need me to do? I hadn't even clocked in yet. I was like, what did I say? Because she was like, oh. And then my coworker, the black girl, started laughing when I told her what I did. Because she was like, I didn't need nothing. I didn't. And I was like, okay, so these 3 tables that they just told me about, she's like, I didn't. And I literally clapped in her face and I said, cut the attitude, please. And just tell me what we need to do. Yeah. Like, because I'm just like,
I don't have time for this. My patience isn't here.
Especially when I'm being nice to you. That's one thing. It's like, it's different when I'm being rude. I'm not going to get mad that someone's rude back. It's when it's like, I'm talking to you just like a coworker talks to a coworker and your attitude is like on a 10.
Why
to where I'm like,
what you're saying? Like, why couldn't she understand that? Like,
she just wanted problems. Those are the people who are miserable in their own lives that they want problems with other people, you know, like, and so I like to the point where I'm literally like, like, shut up. What do we need to do? Like, cause you're getting on my fucking nerves. And then she like, I think she was mumbling on her breath. Cause you know, people be pussy. They don't want to say it out loud. It's like, that day I said everything out loud. And then, and so I go to my manager and I'm like, so they just took the 3 tables, you know, they're not giving anything to me. My manager, who's so busy and flustered, he's like, he's new. And he's all like, no, it's okay. Just go take it. I said, no. I'm coming to you for a reason. Because I need you to get this girl off my table because I don't want to talk to her. Yeah. I'm going to pop off. Please.
And like, especially not with the restaurant crowded on my
crowded. I was going to pop off. We actually ended up popping off by the register because I was like, I got mad. And so he like was half helping. It was like, Nina, like, I know he's busy, but I'm like, wake up. Because you're only half helping. Get to the process of saying, what tables do you have that are new?
Yeah.
I'm going to transfer this over to Nina. You know, like, instead he was being like, that's her section. Bye. And I was just like, okay, you're not doing your job because I don't want to talk to these bitches and you keep trying to make me talk to them. Like, and then, so this other girl who like just tried to pipe in, and it's like, my coworker who saw everything that happened, the bartender, he was just like, he was looking at me like, this stupid bitch, you know, like he was just like, Nina, just take, I don't know what he was like.
Some people really be angry.
Yeah, because he really was on the other side just irritated because he saw everything that happened and he was like, take that bitch's table. Like he's like a white boy who's like a nigga, you know? Mm-hmm. So he's like, take that fucking bitch's table. Like, he was like, I don't even know why the fuck she's acting like that. And I was like, I know. And I was just standing there and I was just like, I'm not going to cuss nobody out today. And like, I just said it out loud. All my coworkers right there. I'm like, no, we're not. I'm going to stand here and let the manager handle it. Cause I was like, I'm not going to do it. And this other girl pitches in like, I just needed someone to take the tables. And I was all like, and when I asked you, you said you could. And I said, cause I wasn't clocked in, baby girl. I had my purse on my shoulder. And then she was all like, so I needed someone to take the table. And I was like, this shows me that you don't even know what I'm mad about.
Yeah.
Because what I'm mad about is that this girl got rude and stole tables. Not that you needed help. I'm mad at this bitch. So you shut up. Like, I didn't say that, but I was just like, you don't know what I'm talking about. And then this other girl was like, you guys need to stop talking. And I was like, well, no. Don't tell me to stop talking. What you need to tell everyone else is not to talk to me crazy. Because if you talk to me crazy, we're going to have problems. Because I talk to everybody nice here. So everyone, don't talk to me. And she was in like, still being like, no, we just need to stop. And I said, so everyone, don't talk to me crazy. Like, I really got mad because I'm like, these white girls just be rude. I'm like, did your parents not train you? I don't get up and be rude to people. Like, you know, it's like, I can't, you have to attack me. It has to. So it's like, there's part of me that doesn't understand it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I really was just like, everybody, don't talk to me crazy. So what do we need to do? Who needs help? And then just went back to work, started helping this girl. This girl's like, oh my God, you're so helpful. I love you. And so like, but I was like, it was okay. I didn't blow up too much. And then my manager came later and I was like, I was very angry and still am. I said, I've worked in more professional establishments. People don't talk to people like that. Mm-hmm. I was like, I need to make sure she don't talk to me like that again. Like, I said this to my manager, like, no. We're not going to do this type of talking. This is for like McDonald's. Ooh. Making $12 an hour where kids don't, because you know, have you noticed, like, I think it's because we're older now, we notice that when we go to like retail places, like the customer service is shitty, but it's because these kids are young, so you expect that type of behavior. And
I feel like customers be rude as fuck, especially if they're old. Like,
people are mad for no reason.
Mad for no reason, impatient for no reason, like, but or they just like don't understand. I think some people are just too stupid,
and they get mad when they don't.
Yeah, so they get mad because like that's the next best reaction than saying like, wait, I don't understand. Because I'll just say that real quick. I'll be like, wait, I don't understand. Yeah. And if their explanation sounds stupid, that's when I get mad. I'm like, I don't immediately get mad.
People just be like, yesterday, a guy got mad at me because he wanted to buy a 6-pack of take-home beers. I said, oh, just so you know, you're not allowed to drink them in the restaurant. And like he didn't understand, and he like got mad, and he was all like, but I'm gonna buy it. And I was like, yeah, but the rule is you cannot drink them here. Those are only to go. Yeah. And he was like, oh, okay, we'll cancel that order. And like caught an attitude, like sat back in his seat and like caught an attitude in his space. And I'm like, you don't even know.
Not drinking.
But it's like you can't even. How does that come out? Like, how do you let that come out when no one around can control it? Mm-hmm. You know, like it'll be different if the owner of fucking Taps was there and he could be like, "Hey, bro, here." But it's like, no, nigga, it's a company rule. You know, like
it's always a whole 6-pack. How you gonna drink a 6-pack and drive home? They don't want that liability.
All their girls weren't drinking. Well, then people be driving drunk. True, people do. But they always say like, how you treat your waiter says a lot about you. Mm-hmm. And it's funny because I'm like, oh, that does tell me a lot, because I really be tipping higher than I need to, like just off of like, I know this is your bills. So but it's like the only time I tip lower is when the service is trash. And that doesn't happen too often. But I'm like, dang, some people really just
don't tip well.
Yeah. And some people just treat people bad. Like same the interaction with that girl, and then like meeting guests who are just mad because food wasn't available. And I'm like, I don't control the food. Why are you showing me anger? But I'm like, I was like, see, God, what God did was he kept me calm. He said you could lose your job today if you show him what's going on. Because I was shaking because I just wanted to pop a bitch in the mouth because she was talking crazy.
Jesus. That's why I'm like, if you had my job, you'd be cussing people out left and right. There's so many days where I'm just like.
But a senior, I wouldn't. These people are on my level. You might be 40, but bitch, we making the same pay. I probably make more than you. You know, like I understand surgeons.
It's not always surgeons. It'd be like a nurse, or it'd be like a fucking receptionist. Like,
so it'd be like
everybody.
Yeah, it's just the at work thing in general. Yeah. Being at work, it's like you have to hide
the anger. And I feel like because I go to so many new places, I interact with so many different types of people, and I don't know personalities. Like,
oh my God.
It's always like a guessing game every day. And they're like, today I got pissed off at work, but you know what I did? I was just like, as soon as like the dude got smart, I was like, all right, yeah, you do that, bye. And I walked away. I was like, I'm not about to do this with you. I'm not about to waste my energy on it. I'm just do what I have to do, and I'm going to document it. Because I definitely said when I was trying to request anesthetics, MDA cut me off and said he knew what he was doing, period.
Okay.
Don't fucking play with me. You're not about to have my job fucked up because you want to be an asshole. I'll just document you didn't listen. You just cut me off. You said you knew what you were doing, period.
There you go.
Thanks.
You have all the details.
And so if something happened on your ass, nigga.
Yeah, it's like that when you get mad and then you have to reel it in fast. That's why I really was like, no one talk to me crazy. Madison, do you need any help? Like.
Yes, I'll talk to somebody else nice. Like, right after you talk to me crazy and I have to give you a little snap. Because it's like, to me, like, I don't care if you're a surgeon, anesthesiologist, whatever. You got your little degree and you went to school, but you do not know about my job. So if, like, I'm telling you something about it, you kind of need to listen. Don't cut me off.
Man, it's just if we could all. I wish a therapist came with healthcare, like it was part of our plan.
Yeah.
So you're not paying extra copay. Like you're just like, set your appointments for the year, pay the $15 copay once, and then
doesn't happen.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. So these are the ones I wanted to talk about first,
dark first,
so that like
she's cute.
We could get them out the way. So 2 black fathers have fucked up.
Oh God.
This one's the worst one, I think, so far, because I haven't read all the details on the other one. So this little 3-year-old girl was burned alive by her father because the parents were going through a custody battle, and they had just gone to a court hearing, and the judge ordered that he have visitation. And like, apparently he was abusive to the little girl in the past, and like, or that weekend he was abusive to the little girl, and so the mom took her to the hospital, but the hospital let him keep her because he had visitation. And so he was so
police
mad.
Report, and she was not trying to get him arrested.
I would have.
How black women don't call the police on black men because they get arrested.
If you're hurting my child and then you're taking my child back to your house, no. So
it's horrible.
Oh wait, no, just kidding.
I mean, the story's not a joke. That really happened.
Yeah, no. The dad took her to the hospital.
Okay.
And claimed that the mother abused her. And so in that instance, they let him take her back because he had court documents saying he had visitation. And then later on, he called her and told her that he was going to called the he was calling her. She didn't answer. So then he called her family members and told her basically I'm going to fuck this little girl up and I'm going to kill myself too.
He called the family and said that?
Yeah, so she called the police and they rushed over there, of course, and she was, let me see where she was at.
What?
Okay, so this dude, I'm going to say what he said. He said, "Do I have your attention now, bitch? I got your attention, bitch. You never going to see your daughter again." Before that, he said, "Get your brothers and get the cops." He said he's going to kill himself and the baby. The cousin told Coleman after receiving the call, according to the New York Post. So,
mental health, man.
They went to, she called trying to find the daughter, and this dude just started speaking gibberish, and he was just
he
going
fucking
off
snapped
about how he was "I'm gonna make you crazy. I'm gonna make you go real crazy." And so then, she was in the police precinct while the police were going over there. And when she was over there, she heard a call about a car fire. This nigga put the little girl in the backseat in her car seat, and he set the car on fire with the two of them in it. But this bitch nigga got out the car.
Yep, I know he did. I know he did. Why would no grown man would sit and burn? But the little girl
jumped
don't
in
know.
a pond or like a lake.
Oh
or
my
some
god,
shit.
he drove.
Yeah.
Oh, and let that little girl his bitch ass.
Yeah. She and the mom was like,
he started to catch on fire and was like, "Oh fuck this, that hurts."
Imagine left the little girl. But the mom was like, "I wish I could torture him and kill him." She said, "I can't imagine the pain my baby went through. She was burned terribly. Her bones were out, and he ran off and left her to burn to death." What? Her bones were out?
It burned all the way through.
Why would he do this to my daughter to get to me? It doesn't make sense.
It's his child. You had no relationship with that little girl?
And he's in a coma, I think, or sedated. He burned 70% of his body. And then the other one,
wow.
So there is a missing girl in Texas.
Everyone be nice to everybody.
And so, let me go to the top. Oh, they misspelled the name of him, apparently. His name is Deron Vince, or not Darian Vince. They spelled his name wrong, okay? So he's the stepfather of this little girl, and she's been missing, I think, 4 days. When was this article posted? The 13th. This one's today.
Oh, wow.
And so they found blood in his apartment.
Shit.
Yeah. And so that's the scariest thing. And then I saw an article about how dad was like, "I can't even talk about this. I'm just so emotionally distraught over this." So in August, the girl and her 5-year-old brothers were removed from the home and placed in the care of relatives after Malia suffered a head injury that eventually led to her having multiple brain surgeries, Butler said. They were returned in February, but not officially remained in state custody and were checked on by a caseworker each month. Once a month.
Who wrote this?
I don't know. Why? Because the way they wrote it?
Yeah.
Because I'm reading, I'm like, can I not read?
Is that the video of the guy down there?
Yeah, he was arrested.
Yeah.
But they don't know where the little girl is. I think he dumped her body because they said they have footage of him carrying this out. It's like a black sheet or plastic bag. Let me zoom in.
Oh shit, that's scary.
Yeah, see that? The black trash bag in the fucking laundry basket. And then they found blood in his apartment. And then I think they found blood in his car. I don't know.
Oh my God, that looked like a child's body in a bag.
Yeah. And right now it's still a kidnapping, I believe, because you know how they can't say that it's
until they find something.
Yeah, until they find the body.
Holy shit, that's disturbing. He really was carrying is that her face?
The blood was found in her apartment, and stepdad is charged. She's 4 years old.
Oh my God, that was her in the bag. She looks like the size of
that bag. This is him. Piece of shit. So traces of blood found in the apartment home of a missing Texas 4-year-old have led to criminal charge against the girl's stepdad for tampering with evidence of a human corpse. So he did dispose the body. Police won't say if they believe the girl Malia Davis is dead, as they continue to search for her. But the charges filed Saturday against 26-year-old Darian Vince come amid his allegedly shifting accounts, claiming he'd been knocked unconscious in a carjacking and that she had been abducted by 3 Hispanic men. Bro, you did not try to pull that white bullshit.
I'm like, wait, what?
That's like, you know how like white people be like, they kill their wife. I'm like, yeah, big black man came and he tried to rob us and shot her. Yeah. Nah, nigga, you shot her, you shot yourself, and then they gonna come get you. So,
wow.
Yeah, and they found the car that he said was stolen, and the dog. Oh my God.
What?
Oh my God. Dogs trained to find cadavers responded to the scent of human decomposition in the vehicle. He killed that little girl. Jesus Christ. Okay, this is the last part I'm gonna read because my heart can't. Also, security footage from a neighboring apartment allegedly shows Vince carrying multiple bottles of bleach in and out of the residence he shared with Davis and the girl's mother.
What?
And then toting a full blue laundry basket containing a garbage bag, according to a spokesperson for Malia's mom, Brittany Brown Bowens. Reports Fox 26 Houston. They found the, oh my God. What? This is horrible. You know how on My Favorite Murder, they're like, don't expect it to get better. It always gets worse. Like when they tell like a little good part of the story, there's no good part in this story at all. Police say they recovered the laundry basket in the trunk of the Nissan along with a gas can.
With a gas can? Mm-hmm. Like gasoline?
What do you assume he did with that?
He lit the body on fire with the bleach and the gas.
Well, he cleaned up the blood with the bleach. And then he lit her on fire. He was trying to dispose of evidence. They still can't find the fucking body? Yeah.
Damn, y'all be killing whole people, but this guy looks fucked up in the head. First of all, what's on his head?
He got, it's like fucking body slam that nigga. That looks like a scab. He said he got hit in the head and knocked out, and they took the girl.
Oh.
I don't even want to read this bullshit ass story because the thing is, he's gonna stick to it. But in the article, it says he's changed his story several times. And what he told simply didn't add up.
He totally did it. Why would you change your story if you knew what you were? Look at him. You know what he looks like, which is really sad. Which this is the shit that bothers me. Which is why I want like black people to be more educated. Is he looks like someone who isn't intelligent, so thought that if he was thorough enough, he can get away with murder and not get caught.
Yeah.
And you have to be a certain level of stupid to think that you can get away with murder.
But they also have the confidence of the law is not going to catch me because there were already allegations that they were abusing her. She had to have brain surgeries because she had head injuries.
And that's the thing is like the FBI are smarter than all of us niggas. They do this for a living.
Yeah.
They will find out. And then like on My Favorite Murder, people do so many things where they think they won't get caught. How could like, yes, a lot of people get away with shit. Like those serial killers, some of them I'm like, damn, how'd you do that?
I was just watching, remember the one I told you about that happened in Newport Beach where they stabbed the mom 50 times, right?
Was it the
daughter and her boyfriend? Okay. In one case, this guy had 2 girls pregnant, and one of them he didn't want to have the baby with. She wasn't getting an abortion. This nigga fucking took like a sword that was like this long and sliced that bitch 12 times. And then like
2 sisters
just one, he only killed one of the girls.
But were they sisters?
No, they weren't sisters. They were
just
two girls.
Okay.
Yeah, and so he killed one of them because he didn't want to have a baby with her. He only wanted to have the baby with the other one. So he fucking sliced her with the sword and killed her. And then I don't remember how he disposed the body, but they found it, of course. And then or did they never find it? I don't know. I watched so many.
I know.
But he had like blood all over his ceiling because you know, like when you stab somebody, like you take it out and it like
bruh. Sorry, I don't mean to laugh. That's such a lightweight fuck up.
He's so stupid. He took fucking white out and paint and something else and tried to like just paint over the blood.
But that's what I'm saying. People think they can get away with shit.
And the cops came one time and they didn't find anything, right? And then they came. Oh no, they came and found something the first time. They found the blood, of course, and he let them search. And they were like, is there anywhere you don't want us to search? He was like, yeah, just not my camping equipment.
Come on, bro.
So they didn't search it. So then after they got the blood and they tested it, Then they came back a second time. This nigga had brought the sword back to his house because I guess he thought they weren't going to come back. And so then they had the murder weapon. And it tested positive for her blood. People are dumb. That's why I'm like, I don't get criminals because nothing they do adds up. I guess when you're like in a state of panic, you do stupid shit. But like,
lack of education. But yeah, that's like the main issue is people aren't smart. But
dumbasses.
If you educate yourself, or if you just become like, you get to know the world, you will realize how good, especially if you watch true crime, you'll realize how good the FBI are at solving crimes.
What is it that I was watching? It's like Forensic Files. That's what I've been watching on Netflix because I saw that they added that. I was like, oh, bitch, yes. So I turned it on. I was just like, I watched it falling asleep on my nap today, and then I watched it like all weekend and shit. I was like, yes, this is what I needed. And it's so funny because at the end of every episode, they're like, yeah, forensics really solved the case. Without forensics, we wouldn't have done it. We wouldn't have been able to solve this case. And I'm like, yeah, bitch.
It's crazy that forensics just started getting like really used in like the early 90s. Like when we were born, I'm like, dang, it hasn't even been around like solidly for 30 years. That's crazy. Small stories. You know who Queen Aja is. She ended up like getting the booty surgery. I'm like, damn, you gotta be like everybody else. Damn. She took all the fat out of her flanks and like all, those areas that hold fat and got them all in her butt.
I saw her and I was like, damn, she thick, but I remember she just had a kid, so I didn't know.
Yeah, she just moved shit around.
Yeah.
So it's like, it is her fat, but it's like, damn, you did it too. I mean,
did you see how Tekashi 6ix9ine's girlfriend got him tattooed? And somebody was like, there wasn't a better tattoo artist.
Whoa. That looks terrible.
Like, bitch, what? Why can't I zoom in on that?
Why are these girls tattooing people on them? Like, what did he promise you?
Look at this shit.
That looks horrible. And you tattooed 69 on the other side?
Yeah, she got the 6ix9ine on one side and this on the other.
You realize this man is running out of money, right? And
somebody was like, damn, she couldn't find a better tattoo artist. I'm like, for real though. And then Patrick Cloud was like, is it finished? I'm like, nigga.
Save that picture so I can post it. Put it on the video. Yeah. That's fucking funny. Oh, Sierra's about to have her third baby.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, she's rich. So
and he just bought his mom a house.
Okay, yep.
And like, remember I told you he gave all the future baby mamas a scholarship for their kids.
How disrespectful.
That nigga's disrespecting the fuck out of Future. Future thought he was so cute, and he was like, "You got a woman controlling you. You got a nigga." He just disrespected you.
Mamas,
He's
nigga.
like, she left you and got with a nigga who makes more.
Big dick energy.
He makes more though,
nigga.
And she's pregnant again.
Like actually a good person.
And my family's paid for, and your baby mamas are paid for. The baby mamas that you disrespect, I'm respecting them.
And she being disrespectful trying to rename your son.
I know.
I hope. Wait.
Future must be a horrible person.
Because did we confirm if it was real or not? Because I've never heard about it.
I feel like, I feel like that shit was real.
I hope that's not real.
I feel like I saw something. But it's just like, nigga, Future, you have to be terrible. Because Sierra, as nice as a person she is, if she had a good relationship with you, there would be pictures with you, her husband, her, and all the kids together.
Just like he had all his baby mamas taking pictures together. Sierra was right
Sierra
up in
the
bitch.
picture, and she was being a dumb bitch. Oh man, but I can't blame her because shit, niggas be lying.
Yeah, we don't know what it's like on the inside of that.
Niggas be lying, and they're good at it. So beware of that devil called a male.
Meme where it's like, a nigga will do all that crying and pleading and being on his knees and still be cheating and still be lying.
Niggas will really cry
and be lying
and keep fucking someone else.
But like, well, I handled that.
Yeah, like, cry. She took me back. Okay. We straight.
Nah, nigga. Not everybody's that dumb.
You know how Georgia passed that abortion law?
Yes.
3 production companies have said they're not going to tape in Georgia anymore. And I'm like, good. Strip the money.
That's the second state we've heard about doing that within the past couple of months. Because it was Ohio, now Georgia.
I can't even. I can't understand how men are leading this.
But it's just like, who votes for this? Like, whose decision is it? Like, do you just get to just sign it and be like, yeah, this shit?
It's like the representatives, and they're mostly men.
Jesus.
And obviously their women are going to be brainwashed bitches like that.
The ones that be cheating and getting their side bitch pregnant, do they not think about that? Or they're just like, oh, well, we're higher than the law, so it doesn't matter.
Niggas be lying. They don't care.
Because,
that's the thing.
So the one in Georgia, I don't know if this applies to Ohio. It says if a woman does this, it can mean any woman who terminates a pregnancy would be subject to prosecution for murder, punishable by life imprisonment or death in Georgia. You can get the death penalty for getting a motherfucking abortion after 6 weeks. You have to get it before 6 weeks. So before, like, when you barely know you're pregnant.
When you will fail a pregnancy test and it'll tell you you're not pregnant. Yes. You have to know you're pregnant.
It's like, do these niggas not understand that?
No, these niggas don't, because they have every fucking child. And then they be having their side bitches have abortions.
Yes. And you know, it's crazy. Like, I read this thing a long time ago about how this girl was at a meeting and she, like, you know how you could tell when you start your period. You just feel that shit, right?
Yep.
So she was like, yeah, I need to go to the bathroom and put a pad on, like, in the middle of the meeting or something. And then, like, her CEO or, like, boss or something was like, what, you just can't hold it? And she was like, no, that's not how that works. And, like, he legitimately did not know. Yeah.
I need to unpack this. So there's men on the planet who think you can hold your period.
Mm-hmm. I wish.
If we can hold our period, why the fuck do we stain our clothes?
Right? Why do I leak on my sheets? Why do I
fuck up my underwear
panties?
That's what I'm saying.
Then you learn not to wear your favorite panties on your period.
Y'all don't know how many underwears we have destroyed in our lives since our period started.
When you go on vacation and you on your period, you got to bring about 20 pairs of underwear for 3 days.
Okay. You have to keep changing it. Then you got to have an extra pocket just for your maxi pads or tampons. I don't wear tampons anymore. You know what's funny? As a young person, I thought there was something weird about tampons. Like, I was like, something about the science of this doesn't register with me. And then to find out now that they soak it in a whole bunch of chemicals. Yes.
That's probably how people get cancer.
This shit is carcinogenic.
Oh, I'm good. I've been good.
And so when I found that, I said, I knew something would, like, as a child, I was like, I just don't like these. And I wore it. I swear in my life, I've had to have worn less than 10 tampons.
I probably only worn like 20.
Yeah, because I just felt something was wrong.
Dire sometimes.
It is wrong, and it's a plug. They're acting like your period just soaks into it.
Says like, oh, when I wear a tampon, I get cramps, but when I don't, I'm fine. Because you're not supposed to be in there.
It's a plug.
Take it out.
That shit is not safe. Like, and then in the commercials, this shit opens like, it doesn't open inside of us. That shit barely goes.
And I just want to think, like, the pulling it out, no.
Yeah, but just men, I'm sick of this.
Supposed to put it in the trash can? No. I have never put a tampon in the trash can. I'm sorry.
Oh my God, no.
You know, like, you're supposed to. That shit is getting flushed.
I wouldn't.
No
oh my God.
Products down the toilet. My ass. You think no.
I'm like, wait. No. I automatically put it in the toilet to where it's like, I didn't even consider reading directions, because no.
That's why, like, all the signs say that. Like, you're not supposed to.
Ew.
Fuck that.
That's why the picture is a tampon of the trash can. Mm-hmm. It is a tampon.
Do you think a bitch listens? Nah.
That's funny.
Did you hear about how Amazon is offering to pay their employees 3 months worth of their salary to quit and become, like, basically a drop shipper and give them $10,000 startup?
Drop shipper as in just drop the boxes off?
Mm-hmm. You just drop the packages off.
So it's like a starting bonus and then they go back to regular pay? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, there's starting bonus and I guess they go back to so look, it says now Amazon is incentivizing its own employees to quit their job and start their own Amazon delivery business through the program by offering them $10,000 and the equivalent of 3 months salary to participate.
And then the rest is just the money. See, that's why they're not going to talk about the hourly pay.
Nope, they don't talk about that at all.
Because that's just about to be fucking minimum wage.
And it's like, if you're your own boss, and
that's not bad, but I mean, the process to start, because you have to start your own Amazon business, so there's going to be shit, you know, like, you have to pay something.
Oh, well, it kind of sounds pretty good. So Amazon has said that for successful owners operating between 20 to 40 vans, it estimates potential. Yeah, because they can, you know, the Amazon vans. Mm-hmm. It estimates potential annual benefits will range from $75,000 to $300,000, although it can vary depending on city and the individual business costs.
How many vans?
They could rent up to 40. Well, I mean, lease up to 40 delivery vans.
They're saying you can lease up to 40, which can bring you 75 to 300. So you might have
40.
You might have to have 40 vans and only make $75,000.
Yeah.
The thing is,
I'm like, them odds don't seem that great. But it's for 20 is the lowest. So 20 is 75 grand and 40 vans is 300 grand.
But they didn't say respectively, and when people say
they didn't say respectively.
But they might not just know. They might
not know to do that.
Right.
Because this article is on CNBC. I don't know how.
I just think about finance, like, and all the little things. And now that I look at people's accounts, yes, and that goes into the valuation. They do the depreciating value of your car and put that shit in there. Like, I'm like, how? That's like part of accounting. So I'm just like, I knew
this shit sounded way too good to be true when I saw like the fucking headline for it earlier. I was like, this shit has to be like
it's just startup.
Good to be true.
The startup cost is gonna be a bitch because a van
$10,000 is not like
a van is like the cheapest van is $10,000.
They have the Mercedes ones for Amazon.
So I know which one, but Mercedes vans are expensive. So I'm like 40.
Yeah, and you have to have at least 20 to make that much.
So how much are you?
So if you have one van, how much are you gonna make?
But then now you need to buy land to put the 20 cars.
And you need a warehouse.
And you're gonna have to buy a warehouse. Yeah. Then you're gonna have to fix up the warehouse.
Do they give you a warehouse?
No. I'm like, I would assume not.
They said they got a lot of people interested, and I'm pretty sure it's because they don't understand.
Yeah.
And okay, so the reason I brought this up though is because Amazon they're fucking up to like this week. I ordered 2 packages, and one of them said 1-day shipping, and then the other one said that it was gonna be 2-day shipping. I was like, 1-day shipping? I've never gotten that before. I was like, but I guess I ordered it early enough in the day that that's possible. Yep. Mm-hmm. My shit said it was delivered, ain't at my house. Nope. And then I walked to the mailboxes to check for it because the note said it was left in the mailroom. So I walked to the mailroom. There's several Amazon packages just on top of the mailboxes and not in anybody's mailboxes. So I look, I'm like, all right, none of these are mine. None of them were mine.
Shit.
And it said my shit was left in the mailroom. I checked my mailbox. It's not in there. I looked on the floor, looked around, not in there. Checked by my front door, not there. And like, Rashad was home all day. Nobody rang the doorbell. So I called them, and Amazon, I know your customer service people are in Asia because these niggas did not speak English that well, and they didn't understand what I was saying, and they just kept offering me a refund. And they didn't leave you a
picture, did they?
Nope. And that's how I knew they were lying.
Yep.
And so then
there's no picture.
I called them for that, and they told me to wait. They were like, yeah, sometimes packages get marked delivered and they're not there. I was like, this has literally never happened. Right. But I'll give you a chance. And that was supposed to be Sunday. Never came. And then I had another package that was supposed to arrive Sunday. That shit said it was delivered to the mailroom. Went in there, not there.
Jeez.
And so then I called them, and then I got all these people that didn't understand and kept offering me a refund and a reorder. I was like, why would I refund it and reorder if you guys haven't been able to deliver it? Like, what if it is the same recurring cycle again?
Right.
Like, you need to find where the one is that was supposed to come and get it to my house.
Right.
And so then I finally talked to somebody, and my shit still ain't here today. So there's just a real problem with Amazon. And I feel like in an effort to like keep their numbers right, they keep saying that it's delivered to the mailroom just so it could say this was delivered in this time frame, and then it's going to come whenever. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, y'all can't be out here conning people.
They're going to end up just sending you another one and acting like it was the original one.
And the reason I feel like they're doing this whole start your whole Amazon business thing is because it said it's for the 1-day shipping. And I'm like, well, you're not doing it now. I highly doubt you're going to do it when you have like these people doing this job, when they're being their own boss. People are lazy.
Yeah. This customer service is going to drop.
Our Amazon package is going to be smelling like straight weed and shit too.
Weed and McDonald's.
But yeah, that's all I had.
Yeah. I feel like I had one more thing on here. Oh yeah, this thing. I heard about it. I was like, we should listen to this.
Can women look like me?
No, but there's no such thing as an African American woman. They made that up.
Okay, so we're all Africans.
They are American. They were born here. They're American, but they're dumb, and so they're calling themselves African Americans because they don't think for themselves. You don't even look like them. Why would you want to attach that to your name?
You know, you are very special.
Do much better And sooner, if you didn't have the Afro Latina.
No. I will always be Afro-Latina, and that's why I'm an activist. I love my melanin. I love my background. I love my race.
But don't put the Afro stuff. You hurt yourself.
Never.
Believe me.
Oh, okay.
Because they are never going to accept you.
Oh, well, then I have another option but to. See, I'm breaking barriers, and it's working.
If you just be you.
I am me.
But don't do the Afro thing, because blacks
I
only
would've got
get
up
in
and
these
left.
positions because of their color, not because they're qualified.
Oh, okay.
They get into
Like, you're not
universities.
qualified to be here now?
Yeah, because I'm not into the Afro thing.
Oh, what does an African-American woman look like?
This man, who is this? Okay. In a very awkward interview, Amara La Negra sits down with Jesse Lee Peterson. Who's this guy? Why does he have a show? Who insisted there's no such thing as African Americans. It's like, yeah, they came from Africa and they grew in America. There you go. He also says that Amara would be further in her career if she didn't refer to herself as Afro-Latina. Don't do the Afro stuff because they're never going to accept you.
Who is he?
Jesse Lee Peterson.
I don't know who that is.
I don't know what the fuck. Damn, everyone's been on his shit. I'm gonna have to fucking watch this later. He looks fucking, his face just
That's why.
looks like the real version of Uncle Ruckus.
Oh God, he sounds like it too. So pretty valid. I can't comment on that.
I'm like, that
I
is
have
just
nothing to say about that.
a level of
Ignorance I don't
ignorance that
understand.
I have not experienced in a
Yeah.
long time. It's not okay. Oh yeah, and then just a quick thing. You know how they were saying people at Coachella, a ton of people got herpes. It came from Herp Alert, but after doing research, like basically, let me see who wrote this article. Complex wrote this article. They found that a lot of the people didn't. Because the thing is, when you get herpes, it doesn't show up immediately.
So
it
they
takes
already
like
had it.
They already had herpes. They said a lot of people with herpes went to the hospital preventatively to be like, like, could I get some, because they can put on ointments and stuff or take medications that keep it from flaring.
Yeah.
And so they said basically people with herpes were just, and herpes is cold sores too.
Yeah.
So it was like people were just coming to be like, oh, can I refill medication for the herpes that I already have, just to make sure that when I'm out here this weekend in this terrible weather and like conditions, like I'm not having a break.
See these misleading ass headlines.
Yeah, because it makes sense. It's like
people seem nasty.
You can't catch herpes at Coachella and show it at Coachella. Like, if you think about it, I don't know why that thought didn't cross my mind.
Maybe they showed it like after. I didn't like
right.
Maybe like a week after. A week after, like a few weeks after. But I don't know how long herpes takes to show
12
up.
days.
Oh.
Yeah, so then, and I didn't know that either. Right.
Because it was literally right after Coachella.
And see, all of us who don't know shit about herpes, we're like,
oh, nasty. People do be fucking out there. But I mean, people do be nasty at Coachella, so be careful, guys. Use protection.
Good time for a commercial break?
Yeah. Hey everyone, interrupting the conversation to bring you a Black-owned business of the week. This week we have Uzizuricreations. You could find them on Instagram at UZIZURICREATIONS. All one word, all lowercase. Or you could also find them on their website, which is www.uzizuricreations.com. That is a mouthful. So this is a handmade artisan company that makes accessories in Kenya. So you can buy them wholesale or you can buy them individually on their website. So let me tell you a little bit about these creations. So uzizuricreations is an artisan-centered enterprise based in Nairobi, Kenya. Our mission is Our mission is to provide consumers with a new kind of luxury, handmade, ethical goods at accessible prices. So they have different artisans that have different specialties. Some of them are beadwork to brass craft, and they've developed this over several years of practice. The expertise is critical for innovating new productions. So the impact of this brand is that it allows these artisans to make more money because the goods are globally traded, because as they said in their Instagram description, they ship worldwide. And they use eco-friendly and locally sourced materials such as recycled brass and reclaimed cow horn. I'm not sure what cow horn is, but they use it. And the jewelry that they create is beautiful. They're eco-friendly. They're a Black-owned company. And not only are the accessories beautiful, but they are affordable as well, because I was looking on here and as soon as I saw the prices, I was like, oh, okay. And it's really
super
cute.
affordable.
They have necklaces, handbags, earrings. I saw a few bracelets on here. They have different jewelry collections. They have clutch purses and handbags. There's also gift sets. So if you would really like to support this brand, you can find them on their website, which is www.uzizuricreations, so uzizuricreations.com, or you can find them on Instagram at uzizuricreations, all one word, lowercase. We'll place their links down in our description, and be sure to check them out because you really might find something you like. All right, guys, back to the conversation.
Yeah. Okay, guys, so we are back, and so sometimes we have an educational topic, and sometimes we just have a topic that can like expand the mind, expand the mind, not expand the mind, expand the mind. And I remember when I was talking about meeting with the president of the construction loan department at my job, and basically all the stories he gave me was like, without him actually saying it, it was like, a lot of these things could only possibly happen if you were white. He never at any point mentioned his race. Obviously, he was just like, oh, they were in this situation. But it was like the situations he was talking about were only situations that white people could have been in. You know, like black people, this doesn't, I mean, obviously black people, there's those rare cases, but happens very frequently within the white community. And he did mention the Outliers book, which obviously I want to read it at some point because I heard of it a long time ago. I think they actually had people reading it in high school, but it didn't like come because I know different classes read different things.
Well, when we were in honors and AP like me, we didn't read the same books as them. We read boring ass literature.
Yeah,
nothing was interesting.
Yeah, I remember just hating that shit. The only freaking book in my whole high school career that I liked was Lord of the Flies. And then, I liked Oedipus, but that wasn't really a book.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. It called Oedipus or is it a different title? I think it might just be Oedipus
or some shit.
No, it's Oedipus, but is that the title of it?
I think so. I don't know.
That just sounds plain.
I know. I remember that big ass book.
Yeah.
Wasn't it the Odyssey?
No, I'm thinking about Oedipus, the one who had that's where the word Oedipus
in the Odyssey.
Was it? No, but it wasn't a thick book. It was like Shakespeare shit.
There
Remember?
Were different.
He wanted to fuck his mom.
The book. Yeah, that's Oedipus, I think.
So Oedipus was in the Odyssey?
How do you spell that shit?
Just keep being like,
Let me just see what these probably sound so stupid. It's been a while since high school.
But yeah, you know that other book, they also had that book 1976 or something like that. I never got to read that, but I heard that one was really, really good.
I didn't read that one.
Yeah, I one day I'm just gonna go back and read.
Okay, so the poem mainly focuses on Greek hero Odysseus, known as Ulysses in Roman myths.
No,
that's not
a
it.
Different story.
Is it the Iliad?
I think Oedipus was black.
Is it the Iliad?
No, I think the Oedipus complex.
How do you spell his name?
It's like starts with the O for sure.
Oedipus.
Yeah, like O-E. Just put Oedipus complex and then Oedipus will pop up. That's what I always do. I find a phrase that fits it and then it'll be
How do you spell it though?
Just fucking around. O-E.
Oh, there it is. It came up because I heard you say
it. Frightening.
Is it
Oedipus complex. Yeah, where it's like it's like you want to fuck your mom or something. You want to fuck a family member, something like that. But Oedipus, that was a story. I don't fully remember it. But anyway, that's so off track of what I was going to talk about. But it was a book, and basically
so this describes the Oedipal complex, also known as the Oedipus complex, is a term used by Sigmund Freud in his theory of psychosexual stages of development to describe a child's feelings of desire for his or her opposite sex parent and jealousy and anger toward his or her same sex parent. So it's like when the kid likes the mom but hates the dad.
I feel like he like fucked his mom and killed his dad. Something like that. I forgot. But yeah, basically the Outliers, they did teach that in high school, but that book had the 10,000 hour rule where they measured a whole bunch of different successful people and measured how much work they put in before they reached fame. And it was really consistent where a lot of them had worked for 10,000 hours.
Damn.
Right when they started to, like the Beatles, they said the Beatles practiced and did shows for about 10 10,000 hours. I almost said 100,000. 10,000 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And then right when they hit around 10,000, roughly around that's when they like started booming. And it was just like a whole bunch of different people. Like, and the president of the department was telling me about that. And it made me think like, dang, I really need to make sure that I'm working on something.
Oh, yeah.
For 10,000 hours.
Yeah. That's immediately what I started thinking about. I was like, okay, so what do I want to work on for that long?
Yeah, Bill Gates, he did the 10,000 hour thing too. There was a couple other people. Oh, the phenomenon in which the rich get richer and the poor get poorer is dubbed by a cumulative advantage.
A cumulative advantage, like generational wealth.
Exactly.
Ooh, I couldn't get that out.
Named after a Bible verse in the Gospel of Matthew. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away even that which he hath. Oh, Outliers asserts that success depends on the idiosyncrasies of the selection process used to identify talent, just as much as it does on an athlete's natural abilities.
So why did they make us read? Did they try and make us read that in high school so that we would try and work hard?
It's probably to inspire us to work, and we're like, we hate this fucking place.
Yeah, I'm like listening to that. I'm like, I don't think a kid in high school would be like, oh yeah, I totally get that.
Yeah, I want to do 10,000 hours. Yeah. I mean, it's gonna be even harder now because kids are growing up with like media where they're seeing people get famous overnight
and over nothing.
Yeah, and they're seeing all the rappers flash all their jewelry, and they're like, oh yeah, I want to be like, and it's like kids are just buying fake jewelry and fake grills just to look like they have it. It's kind of crazy. And then about 2 episodes ago, I remember I was listening to it and I was like, oh, I cut myself off and then forgot to get back to it. It was about Nas, because I remember at one point on the episode I was all like, you know who has a lot of money? And it's fucking Nas. He owns so many companies. And he's kind of laying under the radar. He's like a Silicon Valley guy. He owns a hip hop media outlet called Mass Appeal. He also owns, he has a Hennessy endorsement. He owns a part of Ring, the smart doorbell maker.
Damn.
He actually sold that to Amazon and made a big cut. He invested a 6-figure sum in $1 million round alongside another partner and early stage firm White Owl Capital Partners.
White Owl, like the cigars?
No, I think it's probably, no, because I've noticed that a lot of companies do have the same name, but you would never think, because they have like the fictitious business name and then the regular name. And it's like there really is a lot of businesses with the same fucking name, which is crazy. And that's probably why they're White Owl Capital Partners instead of just White Owl, because that shit's already bought. He actually founded with a partner Queensbridge Venture Partners, and then they were joined by way more partners. He's angel investing on his own or through the Queensbridge. Now he has stakes in dozens of startups. Lyft, Genius, Coinbase. He has major equity stocks.
This nigga quiet about his shit.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's laying below the radar. But that's what one of the titles of the article said. It was like, if you're wondering what Nas is doing, he's laying low and like booming in the tech world. Money. Yeah, he's in the tech world. So I just thought that was just really interesting because he's a black man. And my story last week was about a white man who was like, yeah, all these opportunities came in times when black people were hated the most. So, that's what you got. It's like, what the fuck? But people like Nas, who was born poor, he came up with rapper money, probably was doing illegal shit when he was younger. And then, and now he owns a whole bunch of shit, and we have no idea because this nigga's not telling nobody. And I know that they're just buying shit, and that's really cool. Like, Charlamagne this week was talking about how, like, some people show it on the internet, some people don't. And by the way he was talking, it was like, oh, damn, this nigga Charlamagne is owning commercial properties too, and nobody fucking knows. And now he's like, heh.
Yeah, I mean, some people are more private than others, so I totally get it. Yeah, especially like because we don't know like how Nas's family is. Like,
yeah, what do you mean?
Like, you know how like family, like once somebody gets money, like how they want to like mooch off of them, and if they hear he doing all this shit, they like, like I read in the paper like you doing this, could you give me a loan to
doing big things,
get my mixtape off, man? Like I really been trying to get my mixtape off. Like, you know how many people have to ask him that?
Oh
like,
my God,
it has to be so annoying being somebody like prominent in any type of career, because I'm pretty sure you get asked for favors from a lot of people, and it's hard to be like, oh, I don't think you're qualified. Like, but for some people, I really be like, if somebody will ask me something and I'm like, I feel like they're not ready, I'm like, yeah, just keep grinding, you know.
Yeah, that's what they are. And they get so mad when they say that too. Like,
but it's better than me like lying to you, like, yeah, nah, you fired, like, you know, like you gotta keep it real with these people.
Oh my God, yeah. But this is a good time for Look at God.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you know?
I got mine ready. Look at God. I don't do the schedule for my job no more. I gave that shit up because a bitch is tired. These niggas at my job be getting on my fucking nerves, and it's so funny. Like, so I gave it to my coworker because we're cool with each other, and we like always talk about it. And she wants to fill the manager position, like because we still have no manager.
She wants to actually take the job.
Yeah, and so I'm like,
I wonder how much they offer her pay.
Right, I don't know. So I'm like, look, you can have this shit. I'm about to graduate. Like, I'm trying to focus on that. Yeah. And my coworkers, you already know how annoying they are. So she did the schedule last week, and she's doing it this week. And she was texting me today, and she was like, oh my God, like, everybody is ridiculous. She was like, I don't understand why people act like this and they have jobs. And I was like, girl. Yeah. Like, I sent her a meme of somebody sipping tea, like, and going like, like, yes, bitch. I tried to tell you, and that's the reason I got tired of it. It's not that the scheduling
people just want what they want
bad.
Every week.
Yes, it's the people like expecting to get exceptions when it's like we have a very unpredictable job, and you know this. Don't plan shit. You can't plan shit. Right. Like, and if you plan shit, take the day off. If you can't get the day off, figure it out on another day that you don't have to fucking work.
Get a sick note.
Right? Like,
don't run out of sick days.
No, but it's like, and when you use a sick day, like sometimes that screws everybody over, because it could be a day where like, it could be a week where like I'm gonna work 4 days a week, and say somebody puts in a sick request, then I'm working 5.
The funny thing is that the restaurant, they don't hire a ton of people like fast food do. There's still a lot of us, but it's like on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's almost the entire staff at the restaurant. And this past Sunday, I'm like, half of the coworkers did a double. They were there. This girl said, I got here at 9:30. No, I got here at 7:30 in the morning, and she was talking to me at like 8:30 at night. Oh no! And I was like, huh. I mean, you're making money, but fuck. You know, so it's like,
I don't like doing that shit.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like, when I do a sick note, it's like, it actually does fuck everyone up. But it's like, you need to hire more people. But it's like,
we don't have enough people.
They don't schedule. They still don't schedule well enough for them to be hiring more people anyway. Yeah. But
like,
yeah,
I feel like all companies suck at that. So look at God for that. And then look at God that like I got a okay group for my last project in my master's program. This is like our capstone thing. And like, since like software engineering is different, they're like, yeah, you guys are gonna form groups again. I'm like, I'm so sick of groups.
I hate group projects.
Because that bitch really, like, so remember how that bitch didn't do her part of the project? So I ended up basically having to do this entire project where we had to recreate 3 web pages of a website. And we fucking mistakenly chose like a hard one to recreate. So it like took me a while to like figure it out. So I had gotten my HTML code finished, and I sent it to my partner to finish. This bitch didn't do the shit. So look at God, my professor gave me more time, and I finished that shit.
And you told your professor that the girl didn't do her shit?
Yeah, I sent the files that she did, which sucked. Yeah. And then I put her shit in a separate folder, and then I put my stuff in a folder, and I put a note on the Word document that like gave us the directions. I was like, I did this part, she did this part. And even in the files, I titled them her files, and then I said Ashley's files. Because I don't have time for any misinterpretation. So teacher could be like, oh yeah,
she didn't do shit.
Yeah. And like, I did a really good job on mine. So look at God at that too, because I'm like, yes, like there are so many jobs like developing in the like fucking web design field. And if I could get good at that, I could work from home. That's all I need.
Oh my God. Yeah.
So we're getting closer to that. Like, I'm really working towards working from home. And then, look at God, we went to look at houses. And we found a really nice one.
Yeah.
And, like...
in the same area that we were talking about?
I think so.
Oh.
And we found a really nice one. And it's, like... it's kind of, like, on the pricey side. But, like, when we did some math, it was, like, if we wanted to, we could. It would just be, like... you just have to make some sacrifices. I'm like, I'm willing to make sacrifice for a house, but it's like, we're not going to go that expensive. But it's like, if we wanted to, we could. So I'm like, look at God, that helped us.
Yeah. And okay, so that's the funny thing. I was just thinking about that today because I went to the Costco right there on my way here. And I was like, just like how this area is like growing, so you can tell they're going to build out and all this shit's going to get stupid expensive. It's the same with that area. Like, you can tell when you drive out, it's like, oh, they're about to build. And it's funny because
nice houses.
The only thing there, because it's like, you know, those new houses that they're building and the, you know, it's just a newer area in general. And it's like, all they have there is Costco, which is a superpower, Amazon, which is a superpower, and then in that same shopping center, the only two signs of restaurants was In-N-Out and Starbucks. I said, holy shit, this is about to be booming. Whoever invested in that In-N-Out knows that it's going to be like slow but still busy. Like, but
there's a line every time I go
but
by
imagine when the neighborhood is built out, they're going to have to put another In-N-Out. Like, basically. And they're going to have to
do another Starbucks, because you know how there's always like two Starbucks within a block of each other?
Yeah, there's going to be Starbucks This is the perfect time for people to get their money together for Starbucks. Because out here where I live and out where Ashley's looking at moving to, I'm like, man, I wish I had the fucking net worth right now. Because you also have to have a net worth. And it was varying from as low as 30 for like 7-Eleven. But like for places like Starbucks, your net worth had to be like from 100,000 to like 2 million. Damn. Yeah. And that's just net worth. That's not even talking about the money you need to put down. You need to own shit.
It's like 7-Eleven is like 700 to $1 million to start, right?
Yeah, no, 7-Eleven is
one? I know you need 7-Eleven is like
it's like 15,000 franchise fee. I think it goes up to 2 million for 7-Eleven.
Okay.
I think it was.
I read something on it,
but I think it was like 30,000 to 1 or 2 million, something like that.
I think it depends on location and like how big your 7-Eleven is and all those other different factors.
Every 7-Eleven smells the same.
Yep.
But yeah, what was my look at God? Because I've been writing things. Oh, I already talked about what happened at work. I was saying look at God for that I did not pop off to the point of getting in trouble. My manager was like, I get it. Oh yeah, I guess I did write this down. I'm like, look at God that I'm in my apartment because I was saying that, like, I noticed immediately that I am sleeping better than I have in years. And I already sleep good. Like, I sleep, you know, like I don't wake up, like, you know, I sleep. And so it's like, I was like, damn, you're sleeping in just a way better manner. Still, if you don't go to bed early, you still gonna be tired when you wake up, because I went to bed late last night and I was still tired. But it was like, you're sleeping. I don't even wake up in the middle of the night as much as I used to. Like, I think I woke up once, and I usually wake up every time I roll over. I'm like, did I even roll over? You know, like, I'm sleeping hard. And I'm like, what? I don't know why I feel so safe, because that was my biggest thing. I thought I was going to feel very uncomfortable just because you're alone. You can't protect yourself. I still feel that way when I go to the hallway. I mean,
hallway's creepy.
Yeah, I always like look at my front door. I'm like, who the fuck is with me? And I'll press the elevator, and while I press the elevator, I'll just be looking, because it's open to the public. You know, obviously you have to have the gate to get in, but anyone can fucking get in.
Oh, when I walk to my car in the morning, I'll be like,
it's like, don't try to pop up nowhere.
It's funny when I see people in the morning, because like I always jump, because I'm like, I'm not used to seeing people at this time.
I'm not ready.
Like,
to
there's
see
people
humans.
not outside right now, and you're out here. What are you doing?
When I close my garage, like when I get out and I close it, I literally sit there and make sure I don't see no nigga roll in.
I wait for my shit to close.
I'm like, I'm gonna make.
I doubt you're never gonna get in my shit.
Right? Same when it comes down when I'm parked in. I like literally wait to see it drop, and I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get out the car, because I don't have time. But it's like, I love my apartment. I genuinely hope my housewarming is small, because I want to cook. I want to just cook a whole bunch of shit. And then my look at God is kind of like, God, it's like I'm kind of now I'm mentally at more of a peaceful state too. So it's like I want to work on just being more godly. I know I have limitations, but it's like I want to do things that are more godly. Like, I genuinely feel like my response in that situation at work was a godly response, because I didn't pop off nor insult nobody, nor disrespected. I just got very stern when they kept trying to cut me off, and I was like, no one talk to me crazy, for people who don't know, means no one talk to me with disrespect in your voice. Like, that's all I mean by that. I don't know if people might interpret that differently. Some people don't understand it. Yeah, some people might not understand that. Don't talk to me crazy means, like, don't talk to me like you've lost your mind.
But I'm like, but I don't know if they would listen to it if they don't understand this, because then they wouldn't understand a lot.
A lot of shit we say. That's true. Ebonics. So I'm sorry, I'm going to help you guys with Ebonics. Yeah, so I just don't want to, like, take the negative qualities of others, which means I could have snapped back at her for her snapping back and been disrespectful. That's the main thing, is been disrespectful back to her.
Level, there's no point.
Yeah, it's like, just be nice. And then, like, one thing is don't talk. The hardest thing is not hardest, but hard thing is don't talk down about other people. Because it's hard, because when you get annoyed at work, you want to talk shit to your coworker. And then obviously it turns into just talking down about that person. But that's the thing we're not supposed to do. So it's like, I'm just trying to work on not doing that. That's why I say it's hard. Because also when you're venting, if you're venting about somebody, you might also be talking negative about them. So it's like, it's kind of hard because you have to watch what you do. Like, you have to kind of watch yourself. But I just feel like it's not right. I feel like it's not godly. God don't like that shit. I just put, like, just don't do ungodly things. Don't be braggadocious. Don't be talking about what you have. Those are all connected to, stay disconcerted about money, because God blessed me when I had just faith. And don't think I won't lose it all, because that's when God takes it all.
Oh, hell yeah.
And
I'll always be preparing for, like, in case I'm broke.
Yeah. I'm glad I wrote this. Continue to make great financial decisions. So I you know, you have student loans that aren't super high. Yeah. I just paid one off and closed that account, and I was like, cool, that'll help. And then just after paying it off, just being like, I can afford that, let me pay that off. I checked my credit score and the shit jumped 20 points up, and I'm like, how, when I just got an apartment? But
see, that's what mine did. Remember when I told you I was confused?
Maybe it's a good thing.
I don't know. I was hella confused.
I'm not understanding that one. Yeah.
And that's why Rashad and I, we were literally just talking about how, like, credit don't make no sense. Because it's like, that shit goes up and down so fucking much. And it's just like, I'm literally doing the same thing. So what's different? I mean, I'm paying my shit down. I know. I'm paying mine down too.
Our revolving, like, our utilization is dropping.
But it's weird, because mine went up, and then I paid, like, a large payment, and then it went down.
So it'll probably be up next month. I think it's delayed too. I think it's super delayed.
What the fuck?
Because I'm like, how you gonna go up 20 now?
Yes.
I mean, I guess I make payments, but why now? So I feel like it might be delayed.
I don't know.
We're still trying to figure shit out.
None of it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
I feel like that shit's just doing whatever, and it's made up.
Like, yeah. But that's kind of like, my thing is kind of just like, be grateful to God, be nice to people, do not take the negative attributes of others, don't be braggadocious, be humble, and then make more. I'm also continuously trying to find financial hacks, like how I told you how the guy was like, I'll take money off your bill if you have a military card, and I was like, hey homie, send me your military ID so I can get $30 off. Like,
oh, you reminded me, when one of the houses we went to look at, they were like, yeah, if you work in the medical field, you get an automatic discount, or you could get a free upgrade. I said, oh,
see,
and it's not just for doctors and nurses. You know how it's usually just doctors and nurses? Like, yeah, you just have to show us
your badge or whatever,
or like your certification. I was like, I have both.
I have all of that. I know, it's like, I love little hacks, especially for this apartment where I'm like, why did they take $500 off first month's rent? I will not.
We ain't about to
ask. Thank you.
Just about to enjoy that shit.
Thank you very much. And I didn't know I was gonna get both application fees back, but I was like, you guys are just. And then the deposit was so low. I was like, you guys saved me $2,000.
They really just wanted people in here too.
I was like, you guys saved me a lot of money. What happened? Like, I was ready to drop it.
Apartments ain't supposed to do that.
Right. I'm like, yeah, they're just trying to get people in here, but I'm like, they're just trying to get the occupancy high, because when the occupancy,
they need a certain percentage.
Yeah,
they probably had to hit a quota or something.
Yeah, when they hit higher percentages, they can raise rents on vacancies. So now, if it's high, when someone moves out, the apartment can be like, wait, because this apartment was like $135 more than what I got it for. Like, I just came in at the slot of, they're just trying to fill apartments, so they discounted the shit out of it. I'm like, imagine, like, that adds up.
It does over a year.
Yeah, and I did 13 months, man. I did 100 something. That's already 1,300, and that's not even the whole value, you know,
the whole John.
So I'm like, they save money. They're a blessing. They're nice. And then when Ashley got here, they had the taco man downstairs
for free.
Yeah, oh my god,
for free. They didn't even check if we lived here.
Man, and that shit was so good. We should have got more, but we didn't know. But
didn't know what
damn.
was happening.
they're, it's nice. So God is good. I feel good and healthy. I just have I just have to finish unpacking and then organize my life, and then I'll be good. My birthday's coming up, but Brunch to Bomb is coming up.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
The theme is Set It Off, apparently. I was like,
yeah. I mean, it's always an old school 90s theme, but we just,
I don't know why I didn't know.
It's like, I haven't really seen anyone dress the theme.
Okay. That's what Cecily was asking me. I was like, I don't know. I was like,
no, people don't dress the theme. Like, you can do, it's just like cute. Like 90s,
cute.
like, like, it's just like, it's cute, like,
and I got
cute and comfortable.
Right now. He's about to stay in.
Yeah, it's like just comfortable. Gonna be dancing. I'm like,
kind of.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
But yeah. Just so you guys know, you can find us on Apple Podcasts. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast. There's no G at the end of get and subscribe, rate and review. We're also on SoundCloud.com/WeAreYAGIP. Please follow us on there and comment on there. We're also on YouTube. Just search Young and Getting It Podcast with no G at the end of getting. You better subscribe on there. Spotify, follow us on there. Follow our Young and Getting It Podcast playlist. We're also on GooglePlay, Stitcher, Pocket Cast. And it's very fun watching podcasts who watch us all of a sudden start to get on every single platform that we're on. I like being an influence. Yeah. So I actually appreciate it when I see it. I'm like, we taught you guys something and we're new. I love it. Thanks, guys, for listening. You guys are so great.
You can also find us on Twitter and Instagram at YAGI_podcast. And you can also go to our website. Oh, wait, just kidding. You could go to Facebook, facebook.com/YAGIPOD. I'm going to get that right on the first take next time. You can also go to our website, which is www.weareyagip.com. And if you want to hit us up, there are two ways. First way is our email. You can email us at Ashleyandninapod@gmail.com, or you could text or call our Google Voice number, which is 323-486-3811. Look out for us, and we look out for you guys, writing into us. And thank you for listening, and thank you for the support.
All right, y'all. See you next week.